Hey everybody, it's me Stacey here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Hello, and welcome to today's In the Studio with Stacey class, where we take fine art products and we take paper crafting products and we put them together to hopefully make magic happen. Now I want to welcome everybody for joining me today. Hello, and as everybody is coming in, if you're watching this during the premiere of today's class, well, we have a live chat going on, so don't forget to tell us who you are and where you're from. This is a series of classes. My In the Studio with Stacey classes are a month-long series of classes, sometimes a little longer because auxiliaries have extended into December, but typically a month-long series of classes where we pick one type of fine art product, whether it be acrylics or pastels or watercolors or gouache or auxiliaries, and we spend the entire month learning about these products so that when the month is over, you understand why the product is the way it is, how it came to be, and then many different ways of utilizing that product, not just in fine art, but in paper crafting. Because really, when it comes down to it, fine art is a designation for the quality of product that you're using when we're talking about art products. Fine art means it's just a higher caliber of product. And we're using Royal Talens because I'm a brand ambassador for Royal Talens. Love Royal Talens. Now, what does it mean to be a brand ambassador? It means that I get oodles and oodles of education. I get to be mentored by Jeff, who is absolutely amazing. He is the director of brand ambassadors. I get to learn so much about the product, and then I get to bring that education to you. And that is what a brand ambassador does. Is it a paying gig? No. Is it a gig I would pay to be a part of if I had to pay them? Yes. I have learned so much over the course of this year that I feel my horizons have just expanded exponentially. Every single month, it's something new and exciting that I didn't know before, and then I get to share it with you. So the classes started back in January, and here we are in December, finishing our first year of In the Studio with Stacey classes. There is a playlist on our YouTube channel for In the Studio with Stacey, and you can go all the way back to January and watch each and every class. And again, every month it's something different. So we started with Ecoline markers, and then I think we moved to Amsterdam acrylics, and then I think we might have gone into Van Gogh watercolors, and we just, every month it was something to explore. And in 2026, fingers crossed, we will have new things for you to explore, and then bringing back some of the other products and extending them, taking them even further than we had. So today we're working with auxiliaries, and we've been playing with auxiliaries for some time now. I had no idea what the term auxiliary meant. None. I'm like, what are you talking about, Jeff? He's like, well, auxiliaries. I'm like, I don't get it. What's an auxiliary? It turns out that auxiliaries are types of mediums. Gesso or modeling paste is an auxiliary. Gel mediums are an auxiliary. Varnishes are an auxiliary. We don't call them auxiliaries in the paper crafting world, but in the fine art world, that is what they are known as. Who knew? Well, Royal Talens did. So we started talking about gessos and modeling pastes, and that's where we spent our first week or two, and then we moved into gel mediums. And the thing about auxiliaries is there's really just three types of auxiliaries. There's the unders that you lay down on your surface before adding your inks and your colors and whatever you're using on top of that to color it, your unders. And then there's your mix-ins. And those auxiliaries are things that you do add color to and mix it in and then lay it down on your surface. And then the last type of auxiliary is your overs, which would be your varnishes and things of that nature. So we played with the modeling paste, and we did some beautiful things with modeling paste. And I showed you how modeling pastes are tinted with a pigment white. And so if you mix a color into it, you're going to tint that original color. So if I were to mix a red into a modeling paste, I'm going to tint it to a pink because there is white pigment in that modeling paste. But if I lay that modeling paste down first, let it dry, and then add my colors, well, my colors stay true. Then we moved into gel mediums, and gel mediums are transparent. They're the mix-ins. They're the things you can add your soft pastels or your acrylics or your liquid watercolors to. They're what accepts the color so beautifully, and because a gel medium is transparent when it dries, your color stays true. It might look white when you add your color to it, but as it dries transparent. And what was super cool about that product is that when I used it with a stencil, I could take just a little bit of my acrylic paint, put some of my gel medium into it, mix it, and extend how much acrylic paint I had. As opposed to going through a whole tube of acrylic to do a stencil, I could just use little dollops and use my gel medium to mix in, make a bigger batch, didn't change the color at all, and put it down. And then gel mediums have 3 viscosities. They have the regular gel medium, they have a heavy, and they have an extra heavy. So lots to play with there. What we should have moved into now is the overs, the varnishes, but those are really meant for things like oil paintings and things of that nature, which we don't do. So I thought I would bring you kind of it's a special auxiliary. It's not a mix-in and it's not an under. It does both, and it has texture to it. So today I thought we would talk about the pearl medium. So this is it can be an under, it can be a mix-in, it can be an over. This kinda does it all, and it has these little glass beads. So when I thought pearl medium, coming from the paper crafting world, the first thing I thought of was, okay, pearlescent. I'm gonna open it up. It's gonna be this kind of creamy white with this pretty shimmery kind of pearly vibe to it. Boy, was I wrong. Holy smokes, artichokes, I wasn't even close. This is a transparent medium like our gel medium, and yet it has these glass beads that are mixed into it, so that when you spread it out, it gives this textural element with this kind of sheen and shine of the lights coming off the glass beads. And the glass beads are teeny, teeny, tiny, but wow. So when we're talking about an under, so our gessos or our modeling pastes, you're always going to want to look for the brown. See the brown rim at the bottom? That brown little band? That tells you it's an under. It's an under. But if we're talking about a mix-in, well, then you're looking for the green band, whether it be the heavy gloss or the extra heavy matte, it has a green band. So with Royal Talens, brown bands at the bottom, unders, gessos and modeling paste. Green bands at the bottom, gel mediums in either the regular, the heavy, the extra heavy, the gloss, the matte, always with a green bottom. But the specialty auxiliaries have a blue band around the bottom. Now we're going to play with this for just a little bit today. I know as the holidays get closer, it gets harder and harder to tune in. You've got lots going on. So I'm going to keep it simple today, and I think we'll finish up with this next week. Today I'm just going to give you an overview, of what a pearl medium is when we are talking about Royal Talens and fine art product. It only comes in one viscosity. This is it. It only comes in, well, it comes in bigger tubs. I'm like, Jeff, what do you mean it comes in bigger tubs? So I thought this was a huge tub. And he's like, oh no, Stacey, you're in the fine art world now. Fine art, artists, they use gessos and they use modeling pastes and gel mediums, and they use it, they buy it in the big tubs because they're using it all the time. I'm like, oh my. So we're gonna play with this a little bit today. I'm gonna talk to you about it. I'm gonna, I'm gonna show you what it is, and we're gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna do I'll add some color in maybe next week. I think we'll use it as a mix-in and as an over and maybe an under next week. But today I really just wanna give you an overview of what the pearl medium is, because I was so mistaken when I thought about it. I'm like, oh no, it's not like that at all. So I'm gonna tilt on down. We're gonna get started for today. I've got a couple stencils with me. And yeah, we're gonna try and put it through a stencil. We're just gonna let it be, and I'm gonna tilt down, and we'll see what I can get done for you today. I do want to let you know that when you are using your pearl medium, it is best to use something that is if you're going to do a mix-in. Let's say you're going to add to it, you want to use something that is more transparent. So if you are using your Amsterdam acrylics, look for the box that is completely empty on that acrylic, and that tells you it's a transparent acrylic. Or your liquid watercolors, because those are transparent. You want to use something that will enhance those glass beads as opposed to just covering them up. And anything that is opaque, well, opaque is going to cover all those glass beads in that color, and you're going to lose the luminosity of those glass beads. But we'll talk about that a little bit more maybe next week when we start playing with colors. So I'm going to tilt on down. We're going to get started for today. It's me, Stacey. This is In the Studio with Stacey every Tuesday, and it's all about taking fine art and paper crafting, putting them together, and making magic happen. So, let's see if I can get some on my fingers. So I don't know if you can see, but there's definitely texture and just the smallest of glass beads mixed into it. And those glass beads are completely, let me see if, oh, that's good. Maybe I can get a couple of them. The glass beads are completely clear. Let's see if I can get a couple glass beads. You know what, I'm gonna mix this up a little. And maybe I'll put some on some black, because that would be easier to see. So now, I think you can see where those glass beads are. The gel medium is white. It is white, but when it dries to a transparent, leaving those glass beads to interact with the refraction of light coming off of it. And again, because of the way it is, because it is a specialty auxiliary, you can lay this down and color over the top of it. You can mix product into it and then use it, or you can color, put all your color down, and then lay this over the top. So it's pretty simple to use. And I can literally, And you can really see the beads coming up. So it lets me add a little bit of shine and texture to whatever it is I'm doing. If I want to make this a background, all I need to do is let it dry. And can you see all the thousands of little beads and glass? And as it dries, that white is going to change. It's going to become transparent. And all that's going to be left behind for you to see is this beautiful gloss with these fabulous little, they almost don't look like beads. By the time it's all dry, it's just that those glass beads will grab the light and interact with it. It will refract light off of the glass to add a little bit of sparkle and shine, not like bling, not like glitter, but just a very refined, elegant look. But I think now you can see the beads easy peasy. So let's put this off to the side and we'll let it dry. Because if I put it on white, it's a little bit more of a challenge to see it. And are you going to use this for everything? No, this is a specialty. This is when you want something a little unique, a little different. You want to add a little something, but you don't want it to be too much. So a little bit harder to see those beads in there on the white. But I'm trying to get a kind of a glare so I can get some sort of a sheen or shine off of them. But boy, you can see the texture. And when it dries, it will be white with this shimmer coming through from the glass. Now, can you use it with stencils? You can. The glass beads add a little bit of a challenge, and you're going to find that you're going to have little glass beads on you. You can feel them because they're just kind of stuck to you. Let's take a piece of black paper and let's do a couple in black. So I've got my stencil here. I can tell you that we did one earlier so that it would dry for you. This is a stencil by Mintay. And I can pick up my pearl auxiliary and just put it down. So straight onto my black. The little beads are going to hold in some places. You might hear some of them fling off because I'm scraping it with my palette knife. Now what I do want to say is that with this product, we have purchased the last that Royal Talens has, and we won't be able to get it back until mid-February. So when we are out, we'll be out until February. Mid-February at best. All right, pull my stencil up. And I'm actually going to take my stencil and off to the side, I'm going to scrape off quite a bit of my leftover pearl medium. Now it looks white here. But as it dries, that white is going to disappear into transparent. And I've got the dimension because I'm working with a gel medium. So I've got dimension added. See if I can get it to zoom. I've got dimension going on, but it isn't going to stay like this. If I wanted it to stay like this, I would add in, well, white acrylic is going to be opaque, so I might mix in a little bit of maybe some white water or white watercolor, maybe some of my liquid watercolor, trying to make it not so opaque, because I want those beads to not be covered in white. Let's do another one real quick. So I'm going to take that and wipe that off, and take that and wipe that off. And let's actually do that one in white while we're at it. We'll just do it in white and we'll do it in black. I'm going to clean it, and you will feel the little beads. You'll hear them drop as I wipe them off. Do you hear it? little glass beads. All right, I think that's pretty good. Just want to make sure. I think, oh yeah, you can see them. I don't know if you can see them, but just little glass beads on here. So let's put our white down, and we'll do it in white too. So I'll have it in both. That way I can show it to you in both. And right over the top. All right. And up. And I will say, it looks pretty fabulous. But when it dries, the look is entirely different. So let's put that over here so it dries, and I'm going to put this one over here so it dries. And then I'm going to clean this up. Grab some of this right off of it and just put it right back. And with my baby wipe, just keep it clean. Now I would probably take this over to my sink and rinse it off in my sink just to make sure that I've got it all off. But for time purposes, I can hear them with the little beads. All right. Let's do one more. And let's grab, maybe we grab this stencil. And let's see what we get. And you're going to, I'm working on top of my gel mat just because I can clean it. If I was doing a layering stencil, I would work on my stencil and stamp tool from Sizzix, but I would be super careful because obviously using a medium, if it gets on the sticky grid, it's going to make the sticky grid not so sticky anymore. So you want to keep your gel mat nice and clean, and one of the easiest ways to clean your gel mat is with a mineral spirits or a Gamsol. So if you've got Gamsol and you want your gel mat all nice and cleaned up, you put a little bit of Gamsol on it and rub it in. The gel mat is actually made with mineral spirits in it, so it naturally cleans it beautifully. So I just want to make sure I get any acrylic off or any of the mediums off. And if you need to, if it dries on there, it will come off. You might need to soak your gel plate for just a few minutes, but it will come off and then everything is back to normal. I'm terrible about keeping mine clean, so I'm trying to be better at that. Gosh, can you hear the little beads? Okay, so let's get a piece of, well, I have my black. And let's just try a different stencil. So my gel plate holds my paper down. And it also holds my stencil pretty good. And I just lay it down. And again, I'm not mixing anything into it yet. And then pull it up. Let's turn this page. There we go. And as it dries, the white will disappear into a transparent. It will take time. It will absolutely take time. The heavier you put it, the longer it will take to dry. So this is the one we started with, and it's just now starting to get a little bit on the edges. Just now. And then let's do one in white. And the viscosity of it is really just wonderful. Once it's there, it stays. It holds all of that dimension. And I was able to achieve the design even though there are little glass pearls mixed into all of it. I still was able to hold the design and not lose it, even though I've got the little glass pearls. So then I come back and kind of wipe up some of the extra that didn't get used and put it back inside my jar. And it goes a long way. I just kind of pick it up and put it back in. And then I can wipe off my stencil or rinse it off in the sink and call it done. Now, to give you an idea of what they look like when they're dry, here's the black one that still has to dry. But here's the black one that is dry. So you can see it glistening and picking up, refracting that light off of those little glass beads. It held the design and it gave you this stunning look against black paper. This became this, and it really is absolutely lovely, and it still has the dimension, and it's wonderful, and it's subdued. It's black. It's a design on black paper, so it's tone on tone with a little bit of panache, a little bit of pizzazz and pow, and those little glass beads just keep picking up and refracting the light from it. So on black, such a dramatic difference once it's dry. And on white, same. So here's on white, and it hasn't dried yet. But here's on white where it has. And those glass beads are now transparent along with the gel, just leaving the design behind, but giving you an amazing gloss. Beautiful, different, definitely textural. You feel the texture in them. Not smooth. It's not like a smooth gel. But what a difference that is compared to when it is still wet. You don't get any of that pretty sheen or that pretty shine. Not until it goes transparent. And then all of a sudden, it's a little bit of a pow, a little bit of a wow, and yet still subtle. Here we did it with some leaves. So the leaf pattern but we did talk about it being an over, or that it can be an over. And it can. So what if I were to take let's see, I only brought a few colors over, so let's see what we've got. We'll have to decide if we love them or not. Oh, and I don't know that I have a Hockey brush here. Oh no, Stacey, I forgot my Hockey brush. Yikes. All right, well, I've got a flat brush with me. We'll try that. Let's just mist this down a little bit, just so I have some water on it. if I take some of my Eco line. Ooh, I know. Eco line liquid watercolor is something pretty special. It is not your everyday liquid watercolor. It is not like what we can get in the paper crafting world. Ugh. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And I can just drop my colors so they push into each other. Look at how fab is that. And just let them be. All right, I'm gonna let that one sit for a minute. And get another piece of paper. And let's get it really wet. And let's drop a few more colors. I think that might be too close. Oh, I think I like that too. And just drop a little bit until I'm happy. Woo! I'm going to let it sit and do its thing. I'm literally just going to let it sit and do its thing. If I want to take some of the color off the edge, let it sit and do its thing. Let's bring this one back. So ultimately, you'd like this to dry first. I'm going to take just a little bit of a paper towel and blot some of my color up just to help it dry a little bit. Oh, and I got the pattern of my paper towel. So it lightened it up when I pulled my color, but it dried it much faster. So now I can use my pearl as an over. Because remember, when it dries to transparent. Now, what's that going to look like when it's all done? We're going to have to wait and see until next week. We're going to have to let it sit and let it dry. More water. I might just let this one sit and we come back next week and add So if I add to it right now, it'll not only be an over, but it potentially will be a mix-in. It's still wet. See, it's becoming a mix-in. I think I'm going to lose all my yellow and my orange. So because I didn't let it dry, now my colors have mixed in. Oh! Okay, I can live with that. Now we're gonna have to wait till it dries to see what it looks like, because it isn't going to stay like this. Neither of these are. Both of these are going to need to change into something. So we're going to do more of this next week. But I thought I would give you an idea of where we're going with this. We kept it simple. We started with just black and white, because I think you do need to see the difference of when it's dry versus when it is still wet. And how it looks like it's white but dries completely transparent. And how by letting it dry, to that transparent, you're using those little glass beads to act as a catalyst to reflect and refract the light. But it doesn't have to stay that way. Starts like this. Ends like this. So we will see what we end up with next week, and we will be playing with it as an over. Not dry yet, won't know what we've got until it's dry. As an over and as a mix-in. That's next week's class, using our pearl medium. It is super cool. I mean, this is super cool. Love, love, love. All right, you guys. So I kept it short and kind of sweet today. I know the holidays are coming up. Please know that we only have so much of the pearl medium, and when it's gone, it's gone. I bought all they had, and Royal Talens didn't have oodles of it. And I asked, why don't you have oodles of it? And they said, well, because a lot of people are not familiar with it. They don't necessarily know what we do with it or how to use it. Artists do, but us paper crafters, not so much. And I said, oh, I have got such ideas. So next week, we work on those ideas. But now you know what the pearl medium is. It's an under. It's an under. I could put it under and add color to the top of it. In fact, maybe we'll do that next week too. We'll use it as an under, a mix-in, and an over, and do 3 different things with it next week, all using color. So you can see just how versatile it is and how much it can pizzazz a special project. It will go on paper, it will go on wood, it will go on just about anything. And you can mix just about anything into it. So it's me, Stacey. And yes, we have it available. Yes, it's on sale. The stencils are available and on sale. You'll find this all at scrapbookingmadesimple.com, but you also might find some of these products, the Ecoline Liquid Watercolor. You might find them at a local independent art store. Go in if you have one and introduce yourself. Say, hey, I just saw this thing on Auxiliaries. Can you show me the Royal Talens Auxiliaries you have? Or you go in and you say, hey, I just saw this class on this pearl medium by Royal Talens. Do you have it? Because if you do have that small independent store, oh, they're to be valued and treasured, because small and independent are becoming an endangered species. So while we encourage you, we would love for you to shop with us, of course. We encourage you to shop local and independent, especially those small paper crafting stores and art stores. Just tell them that Stacey from Royal Talens sent you. All right, you guys, I'm gonna let these sit here and I'm gonna let these dry, and we're gonna see what we end up with. And next week, get ready to add a little more color into your life with the pearl mediums. All right, you guys, it's me, Stacey. Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, here within the studio with Stacey. The next time I see you will be Thursday for our Thursday's Christmas. No, Thursday's not Christmas yet. Yes, our New For You event. I'm trying to think of what Thursday is. Thursday, we're getting closer and closer to Christmas. We do have our New For You Thursday event coming on Thursday. Oh, I know what it is. It just dawned on me what it is. I hope you like it. It's a new manufacturer. So we will see you Thursday at 6 p.m. sunny California time, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, when we bring you the latest and greatest from some of your favorite manufacturers. Some of them that's new, you might not even have heard of before, all value priced from the get-go, right here on the Scrapbooking Made Simple YouTube channel. 6 p.m. sunny California time, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. Until then, everybody, Bye.